everybody, and welcome to our very first edition of Knights this week for the 2017-2018 hockey season. Unbelievable. Can you believe that hockey season is here upon us again here? But it is, and we want to get you right into this hockey season and get you primed for this year and what it may hold for our London Knights. Anyway, nuts. I'm going to try to do some tweaks to the show this year. I'm going to try to make the show move faster. But anyway, this is your host and super fan, Jason Banks, coming at you once again. And welcome to another season. Wow. So, how are you fans doing out there? How is your summer? I hope that you had a truly lovely summer, and I hope that you're ready for hockey again as we embrace another Knights season. And over the years, the Knights have not disappointed us too much. Since 2005, they have not been very disappointing, have not missed the playoffs once in all those years, and they've done quite well. We don't always win every year, but who does win every year, right? But we have done quite well. So we are on the cusp of yet another season, and it should be a good season. And I'll get to that in a few minutes. I'll tell you how I think this season's going to go, and also want to introduce you to some players that we should watch this year for the London Knights, and I'll let you know who we still don't got at this point as the season begins. But what I want to do to start this season off is I want to quickly just go back to the past. Can I do that? I want to show you a couple. I got it on DVD here, and I want to show you, just to get primed for the season, the memories that stand out to me the best as a London Knight fan over all these years. Really, two occasions in time where I thought, wow, this is something. I have never seen anything like this in my life before. So what I want to do, what I'm going to do is show you them on DVD and get you kind of primed for the season. And can I do that? All right. That sounds like a fun way to start the season, doesn't it? So first of all, what I want to show you is going back all the way to 2005, when the London Knights won their first ever OHL championship in franchise history, because it was a very historic night, and it was very wild. Everybody was well behaved, but it was crazy. Just the atmosphere inside what was then known as the John Labatt Center was absolutely crazy. And then outside after the game was a huge party zone. It went on till 12:31 in the morning at least. And I was a part of it, and it was just absolutely special and just incredible. So I want to show you that, and then I'm going to show you another memory that I always have in my mind too over the years. Okay, so here we go. We're going back to the past as we get set for another late season on Knights this week.
The London Knights captured the J. Ross Robertson Trophy last night.
Let me just move this closer to you.
The OHL Wayne Gretzky 99 trophy winner for playoff MVP, and Captain Danny Servette, the undrafted anchor of the Defense Corps, hoisting the championship trophy. And then there's Don Brankley, the 35-year head trainer of the Knights, who's given his life literally to the hockey club and his players.
Those last seconds slipped away. Wow. And look at this place. These guys won it for everybody here, too. There's nobody city anywhere in Canada that would do this. Because, they've been so patient all these years. and they finally got their championship too. It's awesome.
Later in sports, we'll go back to the game highlights and talk with OHL MVP Corey Perry, Coach of the Year Dale Hunter.
And may I add, just God bless Don Brankley. He passed away last year, actually, at a fairly young age. I can't remember what his age was, but he passed away. He hasn't been a trainer for quite some time, but he holds a special memory in the London Knights organization, and he passed away last year. They actually had a celebration of life for him in the summer down at the Budweiser Gardens. But anyway, yeah, he's not with us anymore. We'll continue on here.
And enjoy for at least one more day a historic night in London.
Well, it's pretty cool outside, and some of whom have supported the team for their entire 40-year run. Here's Nick Paparella.
With 2 minutes left, the sold-out crowd here at the JLC gave their OHL champions a standing ovation.
Oh, it's the best feeling in the world. Have an amazing team like this here in London and bring the cup home. It's an amazing feeling. Just can't describe it.
They're celebrating behind you. How do you feel?
I love it. It's amazing. It's great for London. Way to go, London!
And to be here tonight is a very proud moment in my life, and you got to give them a lot of credit. They got a lot of class. We're going to go all the way, and we're going to win the Memorial Cup with that team out there.
Well, Shirley, how do you feel? You got tears in your eyes. How do you feel?
Happy. Very, very happy. Long time coming.
And outside the JLC, the celebration continued as thousands of fans poured out onto the streets.
I knew they were going to win. It was a perfect night.
Oh, amazing, man! Woo!
Satisfactory.
We got to go all the way to the top. We got to go to the Memorial Happy Hour and take the whole thing.
And still, more than 2 hours after the historic game, Knights fans were still downtown having a party. In London, Nick Paparella, News Now.
Oh, what a night it was. Well, please stay with us. Merrick has all of the rest of the sports highlights right after the break.
Cedar Point's been voted the best. Waited 40 years for this, to shake hands at center ice and be crowned OHL champion. It was worth the wait.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, I've been doing so many ups and downs with this team, and they've been bringing a couple goalies in here, and I've been battling all this time, and it was unbelievable to know that I got to start in a couple games in Ottawa and take it and run with it. And it's been unbelievable. They gave me a chance, and I'm happy that we got a big win. We never knew this was coming in here. They're a good team. We couldn't let down and just be like, oh, they're going to come out here and just let down, and we're just going to win. And we decided to come out and work hard and make sure that we win. So it wasn't really a game for sure that we were going to go out and it's just going to be a for sure win.
This sort of make up for the fact you never did get to hoist that cup in the NHL?
Yeah, it does. It's we started 5 years ago building this team, and the kids developed great. They became great players, so it's easy to coach. And this is the closest I ever come to win the Stanley Cup, so it's great. And, it's fantastic for the city of London.
No, they're a pretty good team. You give them credit. They can skate, score, shoot. They can do everything, and they're strong. You can't underestimate what they've done this year. They could go down as one of the great teams in junior hockey.
To the World Hockey Championships gold medal game. This isn't the ending we were expecting. The Czech Republic.
Okay, so that was 2005 as the London Knights won their first ever OHL championship. I was at that game. It was an awesome game to be at. And then after the game was over, I was on the street for a while too as part of all those celebrations. It was just absolutely amazing and crazy. And of course, they went on. They were hosting the Memorial Cup that year, and they went on to win that as well. They were the best team in all of Canada by far that year. No questions at all. So that was 2005. Now I'm going to try to take you now to 2013 because this was crazy too. Let me get you set up for 2013. The London Knights in 2013 were the defending OHL champions from the year before. They just barely missed winning the Memorial Cup in 2012. It was a heartbreaking loss in 2012. But they came back with most of their team intact, predicted to be a pretty good team. They didn't disappoint. They were first overall in the standings. And then they got to the final and played the Barrie Colts. Now, the Barrie Colts were a pretty good team that year, too. And Barrie actually went up on the Knights 3-1 in that series. And it was kind of a, oh no, like this isn't very good. Barrie actually won, was 1 game away from winning the OHL championship. But the London Knights would come back, win Game 5 at home to make it a 3-2 series. Then they would tie it on an overtime win in Game 6 in Barrie to force a Game 7. And Game 7 was absolutely insane. The ending was, anyway. Let me try to get you to the ending of Game 7 of the 2013 OHL Championship Series between your London Knights and the Barrie Colts. Okay, so just bear with me while I try to get us there. It might take a couple minutes, but just bear with me, okay, folks? Okay, here we go. I think I've got this queued up for us. So this is the 2012 roster, just to let you know. So that's what's going by. But now we're going to take you to 2013, okay? That should be coming up next now, I would imagine. Okay, so we'll get through this here a bit, folks. Just bear with me. Technology is really annoying. Okay, so here's Max Domi. You just saw Seth Griffith before that. Nikita Zadorov. Here's some players from that team. Bo Horvat. And they won in 2013. But let's get to Game 7, okay? The London Knights take on the Barrie Colts in Game 7. Knights are victorious with 1.1 seconds left in the third period. Bo Horvat finds the net. Final score 3-2 for the London Knights in Game 7 as they win back-to-back OHL championships. Okay, so there we go. But I want to show you, what I want to show you here is just an absolute crazy point in the game. And hopefully this is coming up. Yes, here we go. So what happened here at the end of the Game 7 in 2013 was it looked like for sure it was going to go to overtime. And then Bo Horvat, they never stopped playing, and Bo Horvat moved the puck up the ice and put the puck in the net. At least it appeared like he did, with the time just dying out in the third period. The question was it a good goal? And let me take you to this. This is absolutely crazy. This was by far the next craziest moment that I remember being a Knights fan. But tied at 2. It looked like the puck went in the net, but did it? And was it in time? And there was this lengthy goal review to go along with it. So I'm going to show you this, okay? Here we go. I don't know if you can pick up what's happening here, but they're reviewing to see if it's a goal. And then all of a sudden, a few seconds into the review, the crowd and the fans are starting to go, 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 go. It was just absolutely crazy. And the fans are trying to convince the referees at the right decision that it was a goal. Of course, we couldn't see all the views and the replays from our vantage point, but that's what's happening here, okay? So at this point, reviewing the goal, the London Knights have either scored to win the OHL championship at 0.1 seconds left, or the goal is no good and we're going to go to... And the referee comes out and he points his hand at center ice. Good goal, the London Knights score a goal with 0.1 seconds left in the third period to win the OHL championship in 7 games over the Barrie Colts. Incredible. Incredible. And now the Knights are coming out, pouring out on the ice as his final 0.1 second ticks down to celebrate it. And meanwhile, the Barrie Colts on the other end are dejected. they're just heartbroken. Obviously, a heartbreaking loss for them, but there you have it. So, your host and superfan Jason Banks back with you here. So that is what I wanted to do, to prime you up for this season, show you those two greatest moments, in my opinion, over the years, because I had never seen anything like that in Game 7. I had never seen a deciding game for an OHL championship go down to a video goal review at the end to determine if a puck went in the net with 0.1 seconds left in the third period. That was crazy. And then, of course, the first championship. So what I want to do quickly here to get you set up is I want to tell you about the season a bit. So here we go. What's the expectations for this season coming into this season? Well, the Knights certainly aren't pegged as OHL favorites. And I think most people have pegged Owen Sound as the team to beat in the West and possibly all of the OHL, and I would agree with that assessment. You look at what Owen Sound did last year, they were just absolutely dynamite. They were only 1 point out of first overall last year. They lost to the Erie Otters in the conference finals, and I think that Owen Sound has most of their team coming back this year. And if they can get themselves a good goalie, because Michael McNiven is gone, they should be definitely right there, the Owen Sound attack. So that's probably the team to beat. Now, in terms of the Knights, a lot of people are predicting them to be pretty high still, and I think they will be. A lot of people are predicting them to be the second best team in their division, and that's what I'm thinking they'll be at too. It all depends on who they get back. And as par for the course, the London Knights start their season minus a lot of players out of the lineup. They're going to start with a very rookie-laden Junior B kind of team to start the season. But that's not new for the Knights. That tends to happen most years. Last year they had a lot of guys out first game of the season too before some guys started to get filtered back. So what you're going to see this year with the Knights is Tyler Parsons is 99% gone. Most people think he is. He'll move up to he'll probably be in the AHL somewhere. Most people are predicting. Yanni Kalkinen, who was such a star for the Knights last year in the playoffs, most likely will be moving up too. He is a Carolina prospect, but whether he'll be in the NHL, that's another question. But he should probably be good enough to be in the AHL or something like that. So they're probably definitely gone. Now you got a lot of Knights in limbo right now. Max Jones is at Anaheim's camp. A lot of people are saying he's got a good shot at making that team, at least getting a 9-game tryout. And then, of course, you got Victor Mete at the Montreal camp, who was actually playing very well. And he may get a good hard look at that camp, too. Ole Jalevi is with the Vancouver camp. Ole Jalevi, a lot of people don't think he'll be back, but he may get sent back. He may come back. That's a question mark. Cliff Pooh is at Buffalo's camp right now, and Cliff Pooh is expected to be back, but he is playing pretty well for the camp right now, from what I hear. Sam Miletich is getting a look at by the Pittsburgh Penguins, so he's not back with the Knights yet. And then who am I missing here? And then, of course, Alex Formenton, strong rookie from last year, is with the Ottawa Senators camp, and he's at that camp. He probably should be sent back. And then Robert Thomas is at the St. Louis camp, and again, I think he should be sent back too. So Cliff Pooh should be back. Robert Thomas, Sam Miletich, those guys should be back. The big question marks are on defense, because Brandon Crawley is actually signed with the Rangers too, so he may not be back. And if he gets sent back, that would be a nice bonus. Now, guys, to keep an eye on this year for the London Knights is the following, okay? You got to remember, there is a guy on defense, rookie Andrew Parrott. He's supposed to be a really good defenseman. He is the son of ex-Leaf Nathan Parrott, actually. So those usually turn out pretty well, the sons of former players. So he is a blue liner, I believe. So he's a guy to watch. And Alec Regula is a guy they just signed, a surprise signing from the summer. He was playing in the States. He was a surprise signing. And he's a guy to watch because he's supposedly a really good stay-at-home defenseman. And a lot of people compare him to the likes of a Jacob Graves who played for the Knights a couple years ago. So he's a guy to watch too. Now, what you should see is guys that are in their second year continue to make strides, hopefully. Liam Foodie, for example, should just make that huge jump this year. Robert Thomas probably should even be better this year. And then you got to look out for those are the guys you kind of have to watch. And then there's Billy Moscow, who I don't know if he has a chance to be with the Knights full time this year. He had a really good year in Junior B last year. He was an absolute gem in Junior B. He was actually the Junior B Player of the Year last year. He played for St. Mary's, I believe. So if he plays all year with the Knights, he's a guy to watch too. So that is what you need to be ready for this year. Now, in terms of goaltending, with Parsons not back, the goaltending is expected to be split between Tyler Johnson and Jordan Coy, who had an absolute sensational rookie season last year. So those are the goaltenders that will probably be splitting things up this year. But there is your primer. Now, in terms of the rest of the league, Erie has had 4 50-win seasons in a row. They won the OHL last year, lost the Memorial Cup final to Windsor, which I have my own opinions on about that. I don't know why. I don't think a team that gets knocked out in the first round should win a Memorial Cup. That's my opinion, which Windsor did. But anyway, that's besides the point. But Erie lost the Memorial Cup final. Erie's lost a lot of guys off that team this year. Erie should take a bit of a dive this year. Probably in the playoff picture still, Erie, but they definitely should not be. I don't think they're going to be up there with another 50-win season this year. Windsor, who won the Memorial Cup last year, a lot of people are predicting them to be out of the playoffs, which is pretty normal considering they stacked their roster up for that last year. But we'll see what happens with that. So the London Knights start their season this weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to get to the games, highlight some of them for you. But where will they finish this year? Probably not an OHL championship. You never know. Depending on the guys that get back, maybe they're surprised and actually go pretty far. But they're still going to be a good team. I think they're going to be in the mix. But look for Owen Sound to be that team this year. Out east, most people are predicting Mississauga and Peterborough to be right up at the top again like they were last year. So we'll see what happens out there. So this is Knights this week, the first one of this season to get you set up for the season. So I hope that you like it. And come back, please, and follow the Knights with me throughout this year. I usually do the Knights dance, but I don't got it ready to be queued up, so I'm not going to do that this time. But I actually heard they got a new dance this year, a new song, so I'll have to check that out. But anyway, this is Knights this week. So, go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! And we'll be back next week to cap up the first week of the season for you. The Knights have a very busy first weekend of the season right off the hip-hop. They got 3 games in 3 days right off the start. So we'll see how they do this weekend. But this is your host and superfan Jason Banks saying take care, and we'll see you next week.